Männer, es war ein langer Krieg. Ihr habt tapfer und stolz für euer Vaterland gekämpft. Seid eine besondere Truppe, die ineinander...
Hey everyone, this is Hydra Hut. So, normally I do 2 videos on Thursday, 2 videos on Tuesday, or try to. Not gonna bother going into why. But this last Thursday I recorded 2, but I only posted 1. And didn't realize it till I got home, and then I was going through my phone to pull out some pictures to put on Twitter, and saw these 2 videos and was like, why do I have 2 videos on my phone? I'm sure I don't need them, and I deleted them. And I went downstairs and realized that I never posted my review of Jirni. So this is going to be a twofer. I'm just going to real quickly cover Jirni. You'll understand why. And then I'm going to do a little bit more about Usagi the Hidden, which is fantastic. So, Jirni, this is by Aspen Comics. I'm not super familiar with Aspen. They've only been around for 15 years. I know an artist whose name I'm blanking on. I've heard Conservative Nerd mention him. It was based all around one artist's work. The artist died. The company's still trying to go. So you got a lot of... you got a company that was based around art, and the artist that it was based around is now gone. So they're kind of searching for where they want to be. Jirni is about a genie, or half genie, essentially trying to free other jinn. That's about it. The cover kind of matches up with what's going on in the story. The artwork isn't quite like the cover because it's a different person. It's written by J.T. Krul, Michael Starr, Maria Johnstar. Maria Johnstar. Micah Myers, and this is an issue number 1, which is pretty good for me. So far, every Aspen comic I've grabbed has been like issue 13. And issue 1 of volume 3. So there's some backstory to this. Okay, just do a real quick cover of it. It's pretty average. It's far from bad. It's far from good. The art is very well done. The dialogue is well done. The story is okay. I would say this book is painfully average with quality art. And, normally really good art can carry a very average book. It's kind of hard for me to recommend somebody spend, what was it? I don't remember how much that, $4 on this. If you like Aspen and you like Jirni, then you'll like this. If you've never heard of Aspen or Jirni or any of that, I don't know. I might look it up online before deciding you want to go out and buy it. It's just very, very average. No offense. Y'all did a good job. You just didn't break any barriers that made me want to come back. So I won't be buying this again. I'm not saying anything bad about it. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It's just average. Compared to Marvel, it's like super good compared to a lot of what Marvel has. But overall, it's pretty average. I'm not going to be spending more money on it. Now, let's get into what I really want to talk about, which is Usagi Yojimbo, the Hidden. So, I have Usagi on my poll. I didn't realize the Hidden was just taking over from the main continuity, because we're on like number 165, and now we're jumping to 1 of 7. I'm pretty sure if Stan had kept just constant numbering, he'd be way over 500, probably close to 1,000 by now. This dude's been writing fucking comics forever. Anyway, the reason I mentioned that this is just taking over current continuity is because I pre-ordered one online because I thought it was too late to get it added to my poll list. And then sure as shit, I get it on my poll, and the next day I get one in the mail. So, I'm going to give away a copy of Usagi. If you want it, just comment and say, I'll take it. And then you can either shoot me an email. If you got Twitter, I can talk to you in DMs. I'll get the new one, not the one I've been reading. I'll get the new one over to you. It's same cover. This is freaking great. So, this is, if you're not familiar with The close of the 16th century is regarded as the age of civil wars, as feudal lords fought amongst themselves for land and power. It was during the Battle of Achichigahara that the samurai Miyamoto Usagi lost his lord Mifune to the armies of Lord Hikiji. With no clan, Usagi now walks the warrior's pilgrimage as a ronin, in search of harmony. Wandering the country, he fights injustice and hones his spiritual and martial skills. So, if you're not familiar with the history of Japan, this time in Japan was the same time that the Christians were trying to move in and spread Jesus. And that's what this is about. This is about the Christians in Japan. And it's not castigating them. It's amazing. It's actually, this one in particular is hilarious. Usagi, and we get a lot, some introduction that I'm not even going to bother with, but we start off with these guys being chased. They run into a town, they end up getting killed. Usagi, though, is walking through the town, and he tries to go in to talk to the inspector, who he is a recurring character in all these books. He's the inspector of the town, chief inspector, like a police chief. And they won't let him through these new gates that have been constructed. And he's like, I just needed to speak to the inspector. And the guard's like, no, if you want in, you have to walk through this gate and step on this stone. And I'll get to the stone soon. I know I'm skipping a lot of story, but that's because you should just read this. It's good. We're just going to get to the part that I want to talk about. So also, if you're not familiar with Usagi, it's all in black and white. Like a manga, but unlike a manga, it reads like normal people read. It's good. I would say it's great for younger generations. I guess I kind of read it for nostalgia, but also Stan Sakai is a good writer. They're mystery comics. It's like Batman Detective Comics, except with bunnies and shit. Oh, and they actually do detecting instead of talking about soap opera crap. So here's where I wanted to talk to. All right. So here's this gate. Tell him he can't go through unless he steps on this stone, which is a big cross on it. And I was like, huh. And he's like, step on it? I don't understand. And they're like, if you want in, you either step on it or you're arrested. And this lady's like, please, samurai, hurry. I just need to get to the other side. So he's like, okay. And he steps on it. And they're like, okay, go ahead. Go on your way. Be gone. It's like, well, what was that about? And then he finally runs into the inspector. And he's like, Inspector Ishida, what's going on? And they made me step on a rock. And he's like, I apologize for the inconvenience. There's an edict from the shogunate to ferret out Karishitens. That's what they call Christians. Karishitens. Anyway, the reason they do it is because a Christian would never stand on a cross or step on a cross and deface it like that. So, I just have to read this to you. Temporary fences are erected by shogunate officials and manned by their samurai. They're a little better than thugs, if you ask me. You must step on the fumi-e to show your contempt for the religion before being allowed to pass through the gate. That is the talisman I was made to trot upon? Yes, the cross. It represents their God who came to our world and was crucified. Crucifixion is a punishment reserved for criminals. And so their God was judged. They worship a criminal? Their beliefs can be very complicated. Oh my god, I love this. Many Karishitans believe strictly oppose our traditional ones. Oh, they seek eternal life, whereas we want to escape the circle of reincarnation into oblivion. Exactly. Oh, I did not ask you. Where are we going? We received a report from the samurai in the murdered warehouse district. So anyway, I love their little back and forth about the Karishitans. And I was like, oh, they're going to be hard on the Christians. This is going to be interesting. But actually, it turns out that the people that were murdered were Karishitans. And Usagi is going to be the only one willing to solve the murder. So it's actually going to be a fairly positive story involving Christians in Japan. Or at least semi-positive, I think. Which is pretty neat. Thank you, Stan Sakai, for not castigating one of the, I guess now the second largest religion in the world. Now that suicide bombing is the #1. So, highly recommend this one, guys. This is a great... I'm biased because I like Usagi and I like Stan Sakai. And Now that he's gotten into his little chibi phase, you always get these funny little back covers. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hail Hydra, baby.